Welcome back. Before we get into anything that we normally do, big viewer discretion advised. If you are under the age of 18, ask a parent before going into this chapter. It's in the Bible. This is doctrine. But this is probably the most graphic chapter we'll ever talk about in the Bible. Definitely one of them. You could arguably call it one of the darkest chapters in the Bible as well. This is some serious stuff. So again, to parents, just checking in on this video. Read ahead if you want to. It's around verse 22 that we're going to see a lot of this dark stuff that happens.
I don't think little children need to learn about this stuff.
Yes, at least not without a parental going into a little bit more detail than some people online that don't know about this or don't know your child necessarily. But okay, that being said, very dark time in Israel history that we're about to get into here. But
a lot of evil.
Yeah. One, follow along with your Bible. Bible verses say different things. Very important. Plus, we're prone to mess up. We're humans, so follow along. Have the Bible in front of you, reading along as well. 2, if you'd like the notes for what we're going over, they will be down in the description. You can follow along with that. 3, if we miss anything, leave it down in the comments below. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in this chapter. And 4, if I mispronounce any of the names, I don't think there's any crazy names in this, but there are. I apologize on my behalf. That being said, starting verse 1. All right. Verse 1. And it came to pass in those days, when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took to him a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. Okay. So again, like we talked about in chapter 17 and 18, those are a different time period. Those didn't happen necessarily in chronological order. Same thing with 19 through 21. They're just a story that happened throughout the time period of Judges. You could make a good argument, though, this did happen later in the line of Judges, just because of what we'll see in the next couple coming chapters. But we don't know necessarily who was the judge of this time. We also don't know who, maybe there wasn't a judge. Maybe it wasn't during Samson, after Samson's death. We don't really know. But once again, the theme of Judges is repeated as they have no central leadership directing Israel. It should have been God as their king. No and if buts about it. Same thing with today. We should have a king. It should be Jesus. It should be God. It should be him leading us. And then a Levite. So this is someone from the priestly tribe. We learned a lot about the priestly corruption in the last 2 chapters. And he's introduced, and the first thing we see about him is he has a concubine. So this is sometimes referred to as like a secondary wife. We'll see here, it's more like a prostitute. So not something a Levite definitely should have, nor should anyone. But concubines are not biblical. Marriage is for one man and for one woman, showing even the priests are compromised. So should have happened in the first place. Verse 2, and his concubine played the whore against him and went away from him unto her father's house, the Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months. Okay, so the concubine, either out of anger, disliking him, or just being unfaithful, leaves the Levite for 4 months visiting her father in Bethlehem. So again, looking back at the original language, it's implied that she either was just really angry at him or that she was cheating on him, which means a whore against him. Again, the Hebrew can apply both of these reasons for leaving. The point is, she should not have left him. Shouldn't have gotten to this point. They should have been in a good, faithful marriage as 2 Christians or 2 Israelites at the time, and they were not playing either of their parts correctly. So it just kind of shows how equally yoked is important. You both should be heading for God, following what his will is.
Verse 3, sorry. And her husband arose and went after her to speak friendly unto her and to bring her again, having his servant with him and a couple of donkeys, and she brought him into her father's house. And when the father of the damsel saw him, he rejoiced to meet him. So the Levite goes to find his wife, his woman, to kind of like,
make amends.
Yeah, rebuild the bridge, which, in all fairness, she should come back because she's the one that left. But anyway, he makes a gesture and tries to bring her back. He brings his servants and his donkeys, and when he gets there, his father-in-law, the father of his concubine, pretty much, is happy to meet him. Verse 4, and his father-in-law, the damsel's father, retained him, and he abode with him 3 days, so they did eat and drink and lodge there. So the father-in-law, either out of hospitality or something along those lines, he asked the Levi to stay there with his daughter for a few days. They do it, and they spend the time eating and drinking, and go. Kind of like visiting your in-laws for Christmas or something like that, except your wife has been cheating on you. But
We'll talk about a little bit those other motives. He might have had some discernment, as we're going to see in the coming verses, or he may have just known what was kind of going on out there, and he was just trying to.
It was kind of a dangerous time in Israel, but man, he got
Yeah, not really specifically said why, but.
Verse 5, and it came to pass on the fourth day when they rose early in the morning that he rose up to depart, and the damsel's father said unto his son-in-law, Comfort thine heart with a morsel of bread, and afterward go your way. So on the fourth day, they're about to leave, and the father tells them, wait, stay and eat first, and then you can go. Like, have breakfast before you leave. So that kind of thing. Verse 6, and they sat down and did eat and drink, both of them together, for the damsel's father had said unto the man, Be content, I pray thee, and tarry all night, and let thy heart be merry. Okay, so they don't leave. They stay the whole entire day because the father asked him to. He asked him to stay another night and be happy about it.
While you're here, might as well just stay the night,
And hospitality was a big, it's a culture thing over there. I know down in the South, where, you can stay, but, at some point you got to go home, right? This is kind of getting weird and a little
it's like after
over the top.
Yeah, it's like after you've been there so long, they're like, well, no, don't leave, keep staying. It's like, oh, okay, well, something again is going on behind the scenes. Could it have been God trying to warn and discern this happen? I don't know. A good picture of it symbolically is like it's the real calmness before the storm. Like there is a time of peace, and the peace is being offered. As soon as you leave that peace, pretty bad chaos is about to emerge.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to the bad stuff yet.
We're in the calm part right now.
Verse 7, and when the man rose up to depart, his father-in-law urged him, therefore he lodged there again. So, same thing happens the next day. They go to leave, and the father-in-law won't let him, pretty much. Yep. Verse 8, and he arose early in the morning on the fifth day to depart, and the damsel's father said, Comfort thy heart, I pray thee. And they tarried until afternoon, and they did eat both of them. So, he's trying to leave, and, they've stayed there most of the day. And since it's close to the end of the day, they're like, hey, why don't you just stay the night, and then you can leave in the morning, which kind of makes sense, So I think I would.
Yeah.
But I would definitely leave tomorrow. Verse 9, and when the man rose up to depart, he and his concubine and his servant, his father-in-law, the damsel's father, said unto him, Behold, now the day draweth toward evening. I pray you tarry all night. Behold, the day groweth to an end. Lodge here, that thine heart be merry, and tomorrow get you early on your way, that thou mayest go home. So, like I was saying,
Yeah. One more night, continue to stay.
Yeah. Don't leave as, getting dark.
Yeah.
But verse 10, but the man would not tarry that night, but he rose up and departed and came over against Jebus, which is in Jerusalem, and there was with him 2 donkeys saddled. His concubine also was with him. So, not wanting to spend another night in his father-in-law's house.
Yeah.
He decides, no, we're just going to risk the night journey. And they leave, and they head towards this place called Jebus, which we would know more as Jerusalem now.
Yeah, same kind of area.
Yeah. Kind of like it's like close. It's kind of like a suburb type situation. Anyway, he brings his 2 donkeys and his concubine and his servants, so he takes everybody back. Side note, traveling at night during this time, really a bad idea. Really unsafe, because there's thieves and robbers around the area, and you're not in a car where you're kind of protected and you can just drive on the road. This is where you have no protection.
Yeah. And the Levite is not ignorant of the fact. He knows that, which is good. What's going to cause him to feel the need to speed up and kind of. This is a big mistake he just made here by wanting
it's
to
not
leave
nightfall yet, but it's getting close.
Yes. A big mistake he made by saying, let's head out at, it's kind of close.
Well, what he should have done is left that morning instead of staying.
Yeah. Continue on, verse 11. And when they were by Jebus, the day was far spent, and the servant said unto his master, Come, I pray thee, and let us turn into the city of the Jebusites and lodge in it. Okay, so as they are close to Jebus, the servant suggests, hey, let's stop here. and rest for the night. It's getting dark. Let's chill here.
Seems wise.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the master says. This Levite, verse 12. And his master said to him, "We will not turn aside hither into the city of a stranger that is not of the children of Israel. We will pass over to Gibeah." Okay.
Yeah.
So, a lot of things to kind of note here. Again, this Levite, has made a lot of wrong choices. This is another, what you think would be a good one. Let's turn to our own people. Let's go to what we know is comfortable. Like where we know it's our kinfolk, the children of Israel,
Yep.
our tribes. That's gonna be a bad mistake that he's gonna make. So he refused to go to a city of strangers. This would be the Jebusites, because he thinks the pagan danger, they're enemies, they're not like us.
Yeah.
And he's going to go to Gibeah, which is a territory in the tribe of Benjamin. So it's about 3 miles north of Jebus. So he's same kind of region, but he's heading that way. And sadly, it's going to be worse, a whole lot worse there than it would have been in this pagan city. And the Jebusites, they were a descendant of Canaan. We get this in Genesis chapter 10, verse 15 and 16. It says, "And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, and the Amorite, and the Girgashites." So definitely mispronounced that. But point being, they're all coming from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not necessarily a good lineage there. You kind of look more into the history of that.
Oh.
But continue on, verse 13. "And he said unto his servant, Come and let us draw near to one of these places to lodge all night in Gibeah or in Ramah." Okay, so the Levite encourages people with him to keep going forward, to stay the night in the city of their people. He's wanting to get to home territory. And the Ramah is about 6 miles north of Jebus. So kind of seeing the range there. Again, he's traveling with a little crew pretty much, so it's not like it's fast travel. It's a little
Yeah,
slower pace
it seems like it's not very far, but when you're like
yeah,
walking there,
it's not driving. It's
going to take you a minute.
Continue on, verse 14. "And they passed on and went their way, and the sun went down upon them when they were in Gibeah, which belongeth to Benjamin." Okay, so that's the tribe which belongs to Benjamin. That's the territory. And the sun is set as they ride near Gibeah, so it's pretty much getting really close to dark
dusk.
again. Yeah, so they're basically going to be like, okay, we're done. We're going to stop here.
We made it. We're safe.
Yep. So they think.
No robbers here.
Yeah. Verse
Early.
15. Yeah. Verse 15. "And they turned aside thither to go in and lodge in Gibeah. And when he went in, he sat down in the street on the city, for there was no man that took him into his house to lodging." Okay. We're going to figure out why they're not just accepting people into their house here in a second. But as they enter into Gibeah, there's no one willing to take them in. They just pretty much are left on the street right now.
Yep.
This would be unusual, as the culture of the Israelites was to be very hospitable. So as we were talking about earlier with the father-in-law, he wanted them to say he was trying to provide shelter, food, all this stuff. That was the culture at the time. That's what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they're at, there's passages in the law that, talk about doing that.
Yeah. So the fact that this is not happening should have been some red flags for this Levite that's supposed to be studying the law. But we're going to see the outcome of why they weren't doing that.
Verse 16 says, "And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also out of Mount Ephraim, and he sojourned in Gibeah, but the men of the place were Benjamites." So this old man from Ephraim is staying here in Gibeah, which we've already said is Benjamite territory. Think of him as like a dude who's like working out of town, that kind of thing.
Yes.
My dad would sometimes, there was a couple years he like worked out of state and like worked the whole summer in a different state. So it was kind of like he was living there, but really he was working there. His home was somewhere else.
Yes. So the same thing kind of here.
Yeah. Verse 17, "And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man in the street of the city. And the old man said, Whither goest thou, and whence comest thou?" So the wayfaring man here is Levite.
Yeah.
The old man sees the Levite. Obviously, he doesn't belong there. They kind of stick out since they're standing around the street going, "Oh, I wonder where." So anyways, he asks him, where are you from? Where are you going? Typical, like, "Hey, man, what's up?
Yeah.
Why are you just standing there?"
What's going on here? And again, he's not from this town, so he's showing that hospitality that it would be normal throughout the culture at the time.
Yeah. Verse 18, "And he said unto him, We are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, toward the side of Mount Ephraim. From thence am I, and I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord, and there is no man that receiveth me to house." So Levi's telling him he's coming from Bethlehem, and he's heading to either the house of the Lord or heading to where the Lord has him residing as he is a Levite.
Yeah.
The house of the Lord is the tabernacle, which is in Shiloh.
Yeah.
Would be in Shiloh at this point in time.
So by his thinking, he's going to where the Lord is telling him to. Well, he's not going in the proper schedule the Lord is wanting him to, as we keep seeing these red
He's
flags.
kind of using his, hey, I'm a Levite to
Yeah.
kind of be like,
Yep, I'm going here. Yeah.
kind of like guilt tripping his way into, you need to let me stay at your house, which I've seen people do that before, and it's wrong. But verse 19, yet there is both straw and provender for our donkeys. There is bread and wine also for me, and for thy handmaid, and for the young man which is with thy servants. There is no want of anything. So Levite is saying, hey, I have everything we need. You know, we have provision for the animals and us. I just need a place to lay my head and sleep, pretty much. The straw would be for the donkeys to actually sleep on. Provender just means food. Obviously, bread and wine.
Yeah, for the
That's
humans.
people
not,
food.
Yeah, not for the donkeys.
You know, donkeys don't drink wine very often.
Yeah, he's just
so
trying
it's
to
just-
sell, like, hey, if you just let me sit, I'll take care of the rest.
Yeah,
I just need a place to sleep. You know,
that's all.
I need.
I just need a roof.
Yes.
Verse 20, and the old man said, peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me, only lodge not in the street. So the old man is like, no, I'll take care of you. Just come into my house, but just don't stay out here on the street. It's too dangerous, is what he's trying to tell him. We'll see why here in a second, and why we did what we did at the beginning. Verse 21, so he brought him into his house and gave provender unto the donkeys, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink. So he brings them in the house, feeds his donkeys and them, and they're just spending the night.
All right. Really dark time.
Kids, go get your mom a snack.
Yeah. I'm not going to hold back. So take that as
it's
you will.
right there.
Yep, it's in the Bible, so we're going to go for it. Verse 22. Now as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain men of Beel, beset the house round about, and be at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. Okay. So these evil and wicked men.
They don't just want to say hi.
Yeah. They surround the house while the Levite, his company, and the old man are eating and drinking. So they are locking them in. They're trying to get in. That's why they're being at the door. They're wanting in.
While they're having dinner, by the way.
Yeah. And they're telling the old man to bring the Levite out so they can know him. This know him is not, hey, good to meet you. It's to have sexual relations. Yeah, they want to have sexual relations with him. And the Levite obviously is not going to support that. So it would end up being rape.
But I can say that because we're not monetized anyway.
So again, they mean to know him. The sons of Baal, it's just worthless and evil men. It's just comparing them to pagan people that have no God or that serving this false God.
Obviously.
Yeah, so very bad. Verse 23, and the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, nay, my brethren, nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this is a man come into my house, do not this folly. So, the old man got this part right. The rest of the part of what is about to happen, he did not get right. So what he gets right is that he's saying this is a serious sin to have sexual relations with a man. Shouldn't be doing that. Leviticus 18:22, it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is an abomination. An abomination is a very, very serious sin. Do not do that. Homosexuality is considered an abomination.
And on top of that, it's not like it's consensual.
No.
They are straight out wanting to rape the dude.
Yeah. So they're wanting to have, again, this is men trying to have sex with a man.
And it's a bunch of them. It's not just like a couple of dudes. It's a lot of dudes that are surrounding this house.
This is serious stuff.
A lot of evil.
Yeah. And again, what the old man's about to do is none of this is supported by God, if that wasn't obvious enough. But I've heard atheists try to use this as an argument like, oh, it's in the Bible. This is to show what happens when you
What not
don't
to do.
Yeah, when you don't have God.
This is what evil men do.
Verse 24, this is, the old man continues here. Behold, here's my daughter, a maiden, and his concubine. Them I will bring out, and humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man do not so vile a thing. Okay, so the old man, instead of offering the man, he offers his own daughter, and then he offers this Levite's concubine, his wife.
This is not for him to do?
Yeah, horrible.
I would be like, what?
Yeah. But
Get your own concubine, dude.
and then he goes as far as to say, do what you want with them. He's enabling them to rape and do what he
You
will
can do
with
that to my daughter. Just don't do it to this guy.
Yeah. Which,
No.
as much as I hate to say this, we see, maybe not as graphic as this in like America, but we do see examples where they condemn one sin, but then they approve of another one that is arguably equally as bad. So look in your own life. If you're sinning and you're enabling sin, get it out. Don't support one and then, or don't dissupport another with hatred and then say this one's okay. None of this should have been supported. None of it should have been enabled. You shouldn't have been doing this.
This just shows what happens when you get that far away from God.
Yeah.
Then you're capable of stuff like this. That he would offer his daughter, his own daughter, to these men for them to rape them over this man. Not saying he should give the man to him, but I mean, definitely don't give your daughter to him either.
Evil.
What are you doing?
This is twisted. It's evil. There's no justifying this. It's bad. Again, he tries to justify it by saying it's not as bad as if he would have done it with a man.
It's still
bad.
Yes, it's bad.
All right, continue on. Verse 25. So this is the men's response, the evil men's response. But the men would not hearken to him. So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them. And they knew her and abused her all the night and the morning. And when the day began to spring, they let her go. Okay. So, again, evilness after evilness after evilness. The men don't care about the women. They just want the man still. So the Levite, as his response, he's hearing he's about to get raped. So what he does is he grabs his concubine, he throws her out the door, basically locks the door behind her, offering like a sacrifice in a thing, in a sense.
Great husband he is.
Yeah. And they abused, they raped, and they assaulted her all night until morning before letting her go. So the entire night, as we'll see, the Levite just seems to not care. He's sleeping sound asleep. And the concubine is getting, horrible what is happening to her right now.
He literally just said, well, I'm not down, but you can rape her if you want, my concubine.
Yeah, and this is a Levite. This is a priest. Like, imagine a pastor nowadays doing something like this.
This is supposedly a man of God.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not, or he wouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Again, this is just showing how bad the book of Judges, the time frame of it is. This is horrible, horrible stuff. And it's about to get worse. Verse 26, Then came the woman in the dawning of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house, where her Lord was, till it was light. Okay, so the woman, as of right now, is still alive, and she walks, basically crawls, really, fell down at the door. So she collapses. She tries to get to the door where they were staying, and she collapses from, just basically being abused. Her body is in shambles, and basically collapses there. We're going to see in a couple verses that she dies at that doorstep. But she was most likely too weak to call for help or get in the house, so she just laid there. Verse 27, and again, this is horrible. And her Lord rose up in the morning, it's the Levite, and opened the doors of the house, and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was fallen out the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. So, the morning the Levite goes to leave, I guess to see what was going on, and he sees the woman at the door with her hands on the door. She was most likely trying to get him. So she was actively trying to fight or get away from these men, and as she's at the door,
medical attention.
Yeah, she's basically trying to get in. That's how she's found. We're going to see in a second she's found dead this way. The author chooses to shoot the focus of not calling him a Levite or even her husband anymore, but her Lord Master.
That's pretty much what he is now. I mean, he just shoved her at a door and said, hey, you can rape her as much as you want.
Yeah.
That's not a husband.
Yeah. It's doing this because it doesn't want to associate, same thing with what it did with Moses, Manasseh early on.
Yeah.
I believe it was one chapter.
A few chapters ago.
But it doesn't want to associate the Levites with this behavior. This is not Levite behavior. This is not what they're supposed to do. That's why it shifts the focus. It's like, this guy's not a real Levite. He should not be even called a Levite because of how evil this is. It's not what they're called to do. Mm-hmm. And again, just the way the verse is framed here, it appears the man has slept.
So he rose up in the morning.
Yeah, he was guilt-free. He did not care what was happening. It's just evil for him to be, a leader for the people to do something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely not a man of God.
Yeah. And again, this is probably one of the worst things. Verse 28. Besides all that, this is what has been this kind of instance would have been leading up to. Verse 28. And he said unto her, Up, and let us be going. But none answered. Then the men took her upon a donkey, and the man rose up and gate him unto his place. So he tells the woman, hey, I see how you're abused, you're beaten up. Get up, let's leave. And she does not respond. She doesn't respond because she's dead there. She's dead at the doorsteps. So that's why she's not responding. She has literally got abused and raped to where she died. Levi picks her body up, puts it on a donkey, and he's headed back towards his house. Just continue on through his...
What a great guy.
Yeah, continue on through his...
You've been raped all night.
Let's leave.
He just walks out the door and goes, hey, get up. What are you doing laying there? Come on, let's go.
Horrible.
We got places to be.
Yep.
I mean, what a horrible dude.
Yeah. Let's see what...
Definitely shouldn't have married that guy.
Yeah. The story continues, though. It's pretty bad.
Verse 29, and when he was coming to his house, he took a knife and laid hold on his concubine and divided her together with her bones into 12 pieces and sent her into all the coast of Israel. I know that was a shocking verse I just read.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
This isn't funny. If I don't laugh, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
He literally takes her body home.
Yep.
I hope it's her body, because he then cuts her into 12 different pieces and sends them throughout Israel.
Yep. Cuts into sections with bones. So, I mean, we're going to get graphic. Think of like at the knee.
He's mailing people body parts. Yes. And the 12 pieces implies the symbolism is that he sent one part of her to each tribe, since there's 12 tribes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not specifically stated, but
we'll see.
We're going to see in the next chapter. Yeah.
Yeah, what results of that
Yes.
Horrible UPS mailing.
Yeah.
Verse 30, and it was so that all that saw it said, there was no such deed done nor seen from the day that the children of Israel came up out of the land of Egypt unto this day. Consider of it, take advice, and speak your mind. So, the people saw what had happened here, and they're like, there's nothing, we haven't seen evil like this since we've come out of Egypt.
Yeah. So this is a horrible, I mean, even modernly, it's happening in the world too, but this is a horrible event to happen.
If you've read all that happened after they came out of Egypt, pretty messed up stuff happened. This is really messed up.
Yes.
And I kind of agree with her, but, it's the worst they've seen. I mean, the last part of this verse is why the Levite cut the body into different pieces and sent it throughout the nations. He was trying to, hey, this evil thing happened, and let everybody know. They do, and they tell others about it, and to learn from it, and they're going to have action to, what do we do with this evil, right? This is going to set up the next chapter. That would not be my reaction.
No.
If I got a box like that.
Yeah.
So look at it and go, wow, what a horrible, evil thing has done to her. Let's go see who did that stuff. I'd be like, what a sicko.
Yeah.
Who mailed me this?
Just showing the state of Israel. It's
Who
bad.
does that?
Yeah. Well, it's to call attention.
This is his concubine, which is pretty much like his wife.
Well, we're going to see in the next
Who
chapter.
does that?
Yeah. We're going to see in the next chapter. He doesn't really care about her.
Psycho.
Yeah.
This dude needs to either, this dude's a serial killer. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That being said.
Evil has been around a very long time.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, I think it's more in your face now. This was pretty in your face. But I mean, this is how far, if you don't have God in your life, this is how far you can go.
Yeah.
I mean, the complete opposite end of God, right?
Yeah. This is terrible stuff. And we're going to see this ultimately leads into basically a civil war and almost a genocide. This is just the start of what is to come. There's a whole lot worse in store for the next coming chapters. These are probably some of the darkest chapters, for sure in Judges. Again, look at the whole Bible. The crucifixion is horrible. This is also a horrible event. Jesus dying for us when he was so innocent. And same thing with what we're going to see here is a lot of blood was shed that didn't have to be. So when you look at your own life, like you said, that the big theme from this chapter is don't stray away from God. When you take God out of the picture, this is some of the aftermath.
Yeah, because this everybody's capable of this kind of evil.
Yeah.
Because this is what happens when you leave God out of everything.
You take away God and the moral system He set up with the law, and with what He laid on our hearts, what He set up, then you have no moral system except what you believe is right in your own eyes.
Yeah, and obviously these evil men thought this was right.
They didn't see nothing wrong with it, so they did it. Be careful, because your country, the world, your state, whatever that is governing where you live, there is a chance this could happen if you allow that stuff to take place. So stand strong in your faith. Make sure you have a belief and you know why you believe it. You don't just take it at face value. The Bible tells you how to live life. Basic instructions before leaving earth. Live by God, accept God, follow what He is telling us, and you won't have to, hopefully, face this kind of stuff. But
don't be naive. There's evil people out there.
absolutely. That being said, pray out. My turn.
Tomorrow gets better, maybe.
A little bit. It's my turn.
Not sure.
Okay. Heavenly Father, thank you for letting us open your word today, Lord. Help us to take something away from this. Open our hearts and the people on the screens' hearts, that we may apply the knowledge of what it's like to live without you, Lord, that we may not stray from you, that we may follow you to the fullest ability that we can, Lord. Lead, guide, direct us in all things. Open our hearts to your word and help us to apply it to our lives and every day that we can, Lord. Forgive me my sins and the ways that I fail you. In Jesus' holy name I pray. Amen. See you tomorrow for Judges 20, where we're going to see about a lot more chaos.